Grayling announced his plans for a shake-up of the probation service. He's suggesting high-risk cases would continue to be supervised in the public sector, but charities and private firms could take over probation work on a payment-by-results basis.
At the end of the day, we've got one single, straightforward goal, which is to make sure that we reduce the level of reoffending. What we have at the moment is a situation where, in overall terms, almost half the people who go to prison reoffend. And what I want to do is make sure we break the cycle that goes round and round and round, round and round and round, round and round and round the system, with people going to prison, coming out of prison, coming back to prison, going to prison, coming out of prison, coming back to prison, going to prison, coming out of prison, coming back to prison, going to prison, coming out of prison, coming back to prison, and on it goes.
But is outsourcing the answer?
Well, it's not simply outsourcing, it's capturing the best of the public, private and voluntary sectors.
That a lot of people will be absolutely baffled by is that when presumably you are negotiating this contract and you are making your pitch for the work that you're a very proud, very established company, when you made your pitch, if you'd said at that point, with less than 2 weeks to go before the Olympics, you'd be scrabbling around asking students if they can come in for emergency courses, the government would have turned you away. It's a fiasco you've been in charge of at this late stage to be talking the way you're talking about, still trying to pull together the staff.
The public sector is first rate at managing harm, preventing risk to the public. The voluntary sector has some really good skills in mentoring offenders. The private sector brings disciplines and cost reduction, which we've seen in the delivery of community sentences in London.
A report by the Probation Officers Union NAPO details occasions when a tag was attached to an artificial leg, when a monitor was fitted to the wrong man, and claims an offender managed to take his tag off and put it on a dog while he went to the pub.
Probation officers have expressed concern that some offenders who are high risk, including sex offenders, have not been tagged within the first 24 hours of the court order being imposed, and indeed in many cases it's been days and weeks have passed before the tag has been put on.
This is about getting the best of all of those, working together to bring down rates of reoffending that I think most people would say are still much too high.